Sometimes we stuck long hours in a sea of textbooks or notes, be it for exams or tests, trying to grab the much we can from our study, only to get up from our study table, remembering little or nothing about what we've read. And it seems like our brain is on a sponsored vacation to the Bahamas as we are left confused and frustrated. Well, what if I told you that these outcomes are as a result of some study mistakes you left unobserved?
Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chidera Owen, where we share secrets to academic success. Today we'll be diving into a topic that takes a toll on students, which is the area of studying, as we'll be sharing common mistakes students do make that affect study performance, study outcome, as well as study productivity. By the end of this video, you'll be fully equipped with the right study tips to improve on your study habits as well as your study outcome. Let's go. The very top on the list of common mistakes students do make while studying, is the most obvious one of all, which is lack of planning. Yes, there's this popular say that he who fails to plan plans to fail. This is very much applicable to the life of a student when studying. Now, it is this lack of planning that makes you feel like you can chunk in a whole library into your head just few weeks, just few days to your exam.
Are you serious?
And then you're trying to grab all the materials you can, trying to imbibe all you can. No, it doesn't work that way. One thing you must actually realize as a student is that your success in every exam or test by the end of every semester is actually determined by your approach from the very first day of the semester.
Wait a minute.
Hope you grab. It is this lack of planning that actually makes you to procrastinate. You tend to shift what you meant to study today. You'll be like, I'll do it the next day, I'll do it tomorrow, and the next thing, exam comes knocking on your door. And also, this lack of planning is what makes you to stress out at the very 1 week to exam, and then you find yourself trying to run about, trying to get all you can. No, you could actually cut down on those by making a very good and proper plan right from the beginning of the semester. You were given a whole semester to learn about this topic, and you're trying to do that in 2 days.
Stop the cap.
The second on the list of common mistakes students do make is skipping pre-reading. Pre-reading is very much important as much as you try to study a very particular material. Now, pre-reading actually creates a mental roadmap and prepares your brain for what it's expecting to digest in. Most times when we just get hold of a textbook or an article, a recommended article from our lecturers or classroom, and then we just dive into wanting to just digest the whole information. No, I think you should just change your attitude on that. One thing that you should do first is try to get a general overview of what the topic is about, the subheadings, the headings. Try to understand generally what this topic is about before you now dive through the process of getting to want to imbibe this information. The third on the list of mistakes students who make while studying is passive reading. Now, one thing that you should actually know is that studying is not something you do while lying on your bed or listening to music. The way some of us be like, we only understand better when we listen to music.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
That's not you studying. Studying involves active engagement. As you read between the lines, you tend to ask yourself questions like, why this? What is this about? What you get. One of the major way I actively engage in my studying is by discussing what I've read. Through discussions, I get to realize some points that I must have missed during when I was studying. And also, you should try to relate what you've read to something familiar. That's to something that you've known. You tie it to a particular something that you've known. That way you get to retain it better, and as well as it improves your study outcome. Then number 4 in the list of common study mistakes students do make is neglecting self-care. Your self-care is very much important in studying. Sometimes we feel like I'm going to study on an empty stomach, there is nothing to eat. How would you understand what you're studying? I'm not saying that you should overeat though, because it will make you just feel tired and the next thing you've slept off. You eat moderately. You don't study on empty stomachs. And also the place of sleep. Don't ignore sleep. Yes, you have adequate rest. It enables your brain to retain what you've read faster and better. And also don't ignore breaks. Yeah, sometimes you would want to read at a stretch 4 hours. No, it doesn't work that way. One of the major techniques I use is the Pomodoro technique. Therefore, you carry out a certain task for some minutes, and then you give yourself some break. For example, I could decide to study for 25 minutes and then I take a 5 minutes break. That way it improves my focus as well as my retention. The last in the list of common mistakes students do make when it comes to studying is relying solely on a particular source. Yes, sometimes we get recommended textbooks, recommended articles from our lecturers, and then you're meant to go through this article, you're meant to go through this textbook. And one of the things this does to you is that it tends to limit your knowledge. And also, we must also realize that sometimes some of these recommended textbooks, maybe they are ambiguous, the grammar used in this very textbook are very difficult for you to understand. You don't just stay there and then forcefully try to understand what this particular text is talking about. What you do is that you have the internet. You take same topic, you put it out there on the internet, and guess what? You're going to get different perspectives and also simpler explanation on this very particular topic. Because you're trying hard to understand this very text that you're finding difficult to even comprehend the language makes you feel bored about this text. So what you do is that you could even search up videos on YouTube on that very particular topic. Yes, that's what I do sometimes. So that way it gets to improve on your understanding. So as you approach your next study, I believe with these tips in mind, you should approach your next study with confidence as well as purpose. Feel free to share your study strategy in the comment section in case you feel like there is any that I failed to mention. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Do well to hit the bell icon to continue to get more videos like this. Thank you very much.